Hey guys, what's up? It is Logan. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Sorry I have been missing for the past couple months. I am a full-time college student and I also work full-time, so it's been a little hectic. But today I want to talk to you guys about the iPhone XS smart battery case. I personally had one, and you hear me say had. So I had an iPhone XS smart battery case by Apple. I originally loved the concept behind the case. I loved the extra battery life, and it did actually help. But as time progressed, about 3 months in, February, March, April, May, 3 months into using the case, it completely just stopped providing power to the phone. It still showed up under the settings, or not the settings, but if you pull down the notification center and swipe over and view your batteries, it still showed that it was connected, but whenever it was plugged into power or wireless charging, what you name it, it would not charge. So I called Apple. That was back on May 29th, 2019, and I said, hey, what's going on with this case? I've had it for 3 months. It doesn't provide any power. What was actually kind of crazy is I was in the Mediterranean when all this happened, when it stopped working. I called them as soon as I got back, but it was my only case that I had, and it seemed as if my phone was using more power than even it normally had. So I wasn't sure if I was just used to the battery case. I was losing about 30% an hour with the battery case, so clearly that was a problem. So using 30% an hour is obsessive. So once I got back from Europe, I called Apple. That was on May 29th when I called them. Their very first response was, well, why don't you bring it by the Apple store? I thought, great. If that was a convenient option, I would have done it well before calling you guys. But the closest Apple store to me is about an hour and 10 minutes away. So when you're talking about going to the Apple store, that's an hour there. Probably a good, you get in and out of an Apple store pretty quick if you have an appointment. So maybe 30 minutes to an hour at the store and another hour back. So that's 3 hours of my time to get a $130 case looked at, more than likely, because I doubt they'd be able to swap it out or even know how to swap it out in the store. So I thought, okay, well, I really don't want to go to Apple, and I really would rather just mail this thing back, but nobody could figure out how to mail this item back. They kept saying the system wouldn't allow it. Okay. So one thing leads to another. Nothing ever happens. So it eventually gets escalated to customer relations with Apple. And if anybody knows anything about customer relations, pretty much there seems to be 3 tiers within the Apple support group when you call in. When you first call in, you get a regular support person. They then have a senior advisor. And a senior advisor, I think, has a manager. So maybe this is a 4-tier system. Actually, it's a 5-tier, because after the manager of the senior advisor, there may not be a manager of a senior advisor, but from there it goes to customer relations, and customer relations, they have supervisors. So there's 2 tiers there. But anyways, so it gets escalated to customer relations. I pretty much, because nobody could figure out what was going on, how to fix it, or really what route to go. So that was on May 29th was whenever I did speak to customer relations. I then called back on May 31st because they told me they were going to call back on that Friday, but they didn't. So I emailed them at 9:13 p.m. Or I called them around 9:13, around 9 o'clock that night, and tried to figure out what was going on. Nobody could figure out again. I called back on the 4th of June. Nobody could figure out what was going on. I spoke to 3 different advisors within customer relations between the 4th and the 5th. Still no answers. I then called back on May 8th, and during this point they emailed me a FedEx tracking label sometime during this time frame for me to actually send the case back, because I was like, what do I need? What do I do? Like, this is crazy. So that was on June 8th. Didn't really hear anything. I sent the case. I got the label. They didn't even send me a box. I had to provide my own box. I had to provide everything minus the shipping label. So they sent me the shipping label. The first one never got to me because it was being sent by FedEx. I don't know what happened. The second one did come to me. I printed it off. I found a box and shipped the case back. Never really heard anything back, so I called back on June 14th, and they were kind of lost. Like, we don't really know what's going on. On June 14th, they then, after all this time, wanted me to submit a receipt of proof of purchase. I'm like, okay. Luckily, I bought it from Best Buy using the Best Buy rewards thing, so it was easy to find the receipt. So I submitted a PDF of the receipt, and then never heard anything back. Nobody told me that they received it. So on June 18th, I called back. Still no answers. June 21st, I called back. Still no answers. I called back June 30th. Still no answers. And then on July 3rd, so today is July 5th. On July 3rd, I got an email saying from a Mr. K. Lee saying, thanks for contacting us. I never contacted them on this day, but they said, thanks for contacting us. I'm still researching your case. I'll let you know when more information is available. Well, he then immediately called me the same second that I got this, literally within 60 seconds I got the email, I got a phone call. And he pretty much told me the same thing, was he was trying to get it approved to refund me for the case because they can't replace the case. I think I found out around the 14th that they couldn't replace the case. Well, they could replace the case, but it would be end of August, I think, before I would ever even get a case. So I know Best Buy has the case, so I said, well, why don't you just refund me and I go to Best Buy and buy it? And one thing led to another. Here it is, July 5th. I have not been reimbursed the $130 for the case. I've wasted countless hours talking to different people, and we're over a month into this thing, and this $130 case, Apple simply will not stand behind. They do not honor any kind of warranty. It was actually kind of like I was calling about a foreign object, almost like a third-party accessory. Like, why are you calling me? Here we are, July 5th, no check, no reimbursement, nothing. And I still have no clue what's going on. But during all this, my phone completely went dark. I mean, I could not. It's an iPhone XS, 256 gig, I think, or 200 something gigs. Anyways, I tried to put it in DFU mode, would not go in DFU mode. I tried just simply powering on, powering off. The screen was completely black. The only thing that I can think of is it was something with the battery, but that didn't really make much sense. So I really don't know how smart the battery case is. I don't know if it caused any damage to that phone. Apple did replace that phone, and it was covered under warranty, but I still had to deal with not having a phone for a solid day because, I mean, this phone was completely dark. Nothing I did would do anything for it. So I don't know if that was related to the Apple battery case, but in the back of my mind, I want to blame it on that. Maybe not. Who knows? But at the end of the day, I do not think I could recommend the iPhone XS Smart Battery case, but I did enjoy it. And it's kind of interesting now that I'm looking at their website. The phone has 2-star reviews. It has a 2-star review on Apple's own website. 6 5 stars, 1 4 star, 2 3 stars, 2 2 stars, and 14 1-star reviews. Expensive and doesn't last. These are great while they work, which for me was less than a year before the connection between the case and the phone went weak and began to disconnect during CarPlay, not charge when plugged in, or not transfer power to the phone. Tried cleaning contacts, etc. Nothing. Just a poorly designed connection that stops working over time. Also, the rubber coating on the battery starts to peel like a sunburned vacationer after a couple of months of usage. It looks really shabby to have little bits of rubber hanging off your phone. Not impressed, Apple. I will say that is completely true. I did have the edges near the speaker were starting to peel back. It really annoyed me. I had the last version, loved it. This one's just not quite right. It stays on the phone 24/7, yet after 2 months the case started connecting and disconnecting all the time. So clearly this is a repetitive issue. This is the first time I've looked at these reviews while I'm recording this video. Harmful to battery. There's me thinking that my phone was damaged because of this case. I don't know. I would be weary of using a battery case on the iPhone. I think there's some other companies out there that make a case that kind of allows you to actually control when it's on and when it's off. So when the phone actually truly goes dead and you decide to turn the battery on to charge the phone, that's one thing. But when you have a continuous power source going into the phone, it can damage the internal battery. So that's something you just got to keep in mind. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I'm sorry that it's taken me so long to get another video out. I wish I actually had the case to show you guys, but I already sent it off and I didn't even think to make any kind of reporting. School has been hectic for the past month. I took 2 classes and they were both full semester classes, all within 1 month. Spring semester has just been hectic. Getting ready for the fall semester though, so don't really know what my schedule is going to be like on posting videos, but please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and we'll see you guys next time.